But here is really the more operative conversation at this point in time. Jets can no longer afford to look backwards. Now they have to look forward. They have to stare into the mirror and say to themselves, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
So, Joy, what exactly should the Jets do with the quarterback situation?
Pray. Some good deeds. No.
Amen.
I don't know. Turn to the light. Here's the problem. We already saw this story. We saw this movie with Zach Wilson.
No doubt.
There's nothing new to learn. And we all painfully watched the rest of that game. Zach looked the same. Them winning does not change the dynamic whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's nice that they won. It was a good moment off of a very emotionally swinging game. Now, the Bills played a massive role in that, which we'll get to later, but we've already seen this movie, and it ain't good. And you can't give it back to Zach Wilson. I mean, it wasn't like, this is like a Ferrari they got now. This is like an Aston Martin. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is like a nice.
Yeah,
they had like a Benz, like a your first starter Benz, and he wrecked that all over town. Came back, the bumpers falling off, the taillights busted out. How did you break the rear view mirror? The whole thing just totaled, and that was last year. They've upgraded since then. You can't give it back to him. We already know what this looks like. I don't care about where he was picked. Y'all don't care about where he was picked because you brought in Aaron Rodgers. So, I don't know. Start praying, making some calls, start manifesting some good things because it's not a good situation.
I think the first thing they have to do is give Zach Wilson the first stab at it. I think that's the very first thing you have to do. You can't look outside. You got to look inside, and you got to say, who within our walls, who within our four walls gives us the best chance to win? And the only thing they can do at this point is Zach Wilson. Joy's exactly right about last year's Zach Wilson. I mean, he was bad. He was awful. Yeah. But at this point in time, Zach gives you the best chance to win today. I don't know about tomorrow, but I do know about today. I was thinking about it this morning and prepping for this, and I said, man, people don't realize Zach Wilson did not think there was a chance he was playing in this game.
No question.
A chance. Like, I've been a backup.
All season.
All season. Like, y'all been starters. Yeah. Being a backup, you go into the game like, oh, let me see what D'Amico Ryan's about to do. Yeah. Let me see. I hope he goes out there and balls, man. I was backing him up at the time. If you get the rust in on the 5th play of the game, you don't even have time to see the adjustments. It's one thing if you got thrust in the 3rd series, because after every series, a coach comes with the playbook, a coach comes with the iPad, and they say, hey, you see what the Bills are doing? Hey, the Bills are actually in cover 2. We thought they were going to be in cover 4. Hey, the Bills are actually bringing pressure from the field. We thought they were going to bring pressure from the boundary. Zach was just like, play 4, you're in. Okay, coach. I'll get him. So I think the best thing you can do is roll out with Zach Wilson first, James Jones, and then if he gives you nothing after 2 weeks, move on. But you have to move full speed ahead, in my mind, with him.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. They got to get the keys to Zach. Number one, you took him number 2 overall, right? Yes, he has not planned out to what you thought he was going to be. That's why you brought in Aaron Rodgers. But when you watch Zach in preseason, he's not making the stupid mistakes that he was making last season, right? You know, he did have a takeaway in this game, but you can tell the game kind of slowed down a little bit. And I know we'll take you to the film room a little bit later to break down some plays, but he checked out of some plays as well and was able to throw the ball. He wouldn't have done that last year. So I think he's learned a little bit from Aaron. And then when you look who's out there, where are you going? Carson Wentz, we know what he gonna give you. Colt McCoy, we know what he gonna give you. 5, 6 wins. That's what Zach gonna give you. So you might as well stick with Zach and let him go through the growing pains of a season. You have a really good defense, and for me, just don't turn the ball over. It's okay to punt the football. But from what I've seen in preseason since Aaron has got there in this last game, you can see it kind of slowing down for him. I would give the keys to Zach.
Yo, easy on my cousin. On my mama's sister's brother side. Yeah.
Mama's sister's
you could have said like Matt Ryan or somebody. But you guys are right, though. I would start with Zach. He won the game, last night. He won the game, and they're 1-0. Despite what happened or what it may look like or what we think, which I don't think he's going to be great, but they won the game. I would let him keep the keys on the offense, but I will go out there and look for somebody else because I do think that Zach may go back to Zach. Yeah. And you talked about the preseason game. I think that he got a lot better. You could tell about Aaron Rodgers being there. Like, even just the confidence, the plays in practice, the plays in some of the games, he looked a lot better. But Zach is Zach. He didn't look great or spectacular.
He didn't look great.
So this is what I would do, because I hear a lot of stuff about Carson Wentz. And I was thinking, every time a quarterback gets hurt, why do people always reach out to the guys that's chilling, they don't have a job? The only guy that I would think of is maybe Cam Newton. You get that running game, doing the RPOs, read options, all that type of stuff, and he can throw the ball. That would be great for that offense because think about it. We're going to week 2. right? So whenever they get the contract done, the physicals, all that, it might be like week 3 or week 4.
Mm-hmm.
They got to learn the offense still.
That's another thing.
Right? And we don't know what these guys like Carson Wentz is doing at home. He could be drinking every day, smoking. I don't know what he's doing. I'm just saying we don't know. How about we go get a guy that's actually active, that's on a team, that's a second or third on the depth chart.
Yep.
Right? I talked about what's his name, Jameis Winston.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Carr's a starter, right? He's a solid quarterback. I would go with somebody like Cooper Rush. Right?
Yeah.
Cooper Rush was solid.
Yeah.
Okay, he got a good defense. Same thing, good defense. Don't turn the ball over, be safe. And my best one would be Tyler Heineke.
Yep, Taylor Heineke.
Taylor Heineke. He was super good. That's for a guy like a bridge guy where, hey, we need you just to manage the game, make some passes, scramble a little bit, and let the defense win games. When I was with the Bucks in 2020 when we won the championship, I remember the head coach, the defense coordinator.
Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles. I'm sorry about Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles, he was saying how, listen, he told the team, we would have the offense come up and speak, the offense coordinator and the defense coordinator. At the time, Bowles was the defense coordinator.
Yep.
He said, listen, we got a playoff game against Washington at Washington. He said, listen, this quarterback, he ain't Aaron Rodgers, but he can get like Aaron Rodgers when he have his spurts, when he have his time. And he was right. That game was a hard game. He's the type of player that can lead this team to the playoffs. You got a good defense. You got a really, really good running game. You don't need much from the quarterback, so I would go that route instead of getting somebody off the couch, unless it's Cam Newton. And by the way, I did talk to Cam Newton today.
Fair.
He said he's in shape. He said he's ready.
I mean, Cam is, to me, a better option than all the other guys that are being.
I agree.
You know Cam's in shape, and Cam has played at the highest level.
Yep.
I understand it was not recently, but if you're going to go get somebody who is not in the league right now, that's an option.
I like that move.
With all the talent that you have around.
And he can run, too.
So Robert Saleh just said in his press conference moments ago, he said that it's Zach Wilson's team, close quote. Joy, then coming back to you, how long is Zach Wilson's leash in your mind? Like, if it is his team, I personally believe that's the right decision. Obviously, you stated eloquently that you don't think so. But how long do you think that leash should be?
They play the Cowboys this weekend. They just put up 40 on the Giants, and they did not let the Giants score.
Cowboys got him?
Can we be serious? What are we talking about?
What are we talking about here?
What are we talking
about?
Let's just be serious. We're being unserious right now. We're all being unserious. Garrett Wilson saved the whole situation.
Absolutely.
On a miracle catch, right? Like, that's what happened. That wasn't like an unbelievable play by Zach Wilson. It was a
Great catch.
Right, it was a
great catch.
That was
great catch. Bad throw, great catch.
That was a crazy catch, though.
What are we talking? Look at this. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
But the Bills insisted that they win that game. Please win this game. You must win this game, Jets. And the only reason that happened is because Garrett Wilson is Garrett Wilson.
True.
So we're mixing up Wilsons here. All right. This is not a real conversation. I'm sorry. I know I'm being like very pessimistic here, but. You don't have to do anything. You do not have to give the keys to Zach Wilson. Maybe this week you do.
Yep.
But I believe personally that they're going to find out very quickly that this is not the answer. And unfortunately, because the Jets, fortunately, whatever, have gone all in on this year, bringing in Aaron Rodgers, putting all these pieces around him, saying we're a Super Bowl team, saying we are a team that's going to take over the East, and now you don't have Aaron Rodgers. You put all your eggs in that basket, and then the basket rolled on the ground. So it's over. All the eggs are broken. You can't go. You have to go back to him right now. But if this is the solution, what am I supposed to do with the Jets?
Are you cool with him having a job and then him losing it type of thing? Are you ready?
Do what you want, Jets. I don't. This is not a situation I take seriously anymore. If you're trying to win this year, which is what the Jets have communicated all offseason with every move that they've made, if you're trying to win this year, you must go get someone else to supplement what I think will inevitably happen with Zach Wilson.
I agree that you do have to get somebody else because you need somebody else learning. But I think that the dilemma is, unless you're going to get Tom Brady, which you're not going to get, everybody comes with the flaw. I love me some Carson Wentz, friend of mine, but I don't want to put Carson Wentz in that decision. Colt McCoy, genuine friend of mine, was in his wedding, but I don't know if Colt, at this junction in time, I don't know how long it would take Colt to get rolling. As much as I love Cam, we all know Cam's style of offense is completely different than what Nathaniel Hackett runs. So you bring in Cam, now Nathaniel Hackett has to change 4 months of offensive implications with the offense.
You can't just add it, though? My thing is, like, say, that's what when I say Cam Newton, it was more of not changing, but adding. So now keep the offense, right?
And then add a sprinkle a little bit.
Yeah, because read ops is not hard to teach. You got the bubble screens and all that, what to go with it. I think that simplifies the offense a little bit more. And now it's a different threat. Because whoever the quarterback is, because they ain't going to be Tom Brady. He shooting threes in New York. He ain't coming back. Whoever the quarterback is, they got to depend on the running game. That's the best thing on the whole offense, it's the running game.
Yeah.
Really
So now if I got a quarterback that does that, read out, it puts more into the offense.
Final thought, James.
Really quick, what's your saying? Updated knowledge?
You got to update your information, yes.
What we talking about? The Jets without Aaron Rodgers is not going to the Super Bowl. Period.
That's true.
Yeah.
And Cam Newton is not taking them to the Super Bowl.
No.
Carson Wentz is not taking them to the Super Bowl. Colt McCoy, your brother from another mother, is not taking them to a Super Bowl.
Cousin.
So what we talking about, right? So at the end of the day, with that being said, it shouldn't be no leash. He got to grow now, right? Aaron Rodgers signed a 2-year deal, and the plan was to hopefully he can help Zach, and Zach will be your guy, right? So you kind of been blessed. Zach, go out there, right? And you have to be able to show us that you're getting better. And you're not going to show us that you're getting better with 2 games.
Yeah.
You're not going to show us you're getting better with 3. So for me, it's updated information. I understand Jets locker room may think they going to the, it ain't happening. Right?
How many show catchphrases you think we can use in a row?
Man.
Updating information.
know.
What are we talking about?
We just didn't get to any crazy work because there was the only crazy work in that game was Garrett Wilson's catch. Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.